Good morning. And by we I mean the boys and Jill and I all got up this morning. Everybody got off to school just fine. Got out there walking this morning and got in a little bit of exercise, but then it started to rain, and so I only got a little over 3,000 steps so far today. Yep. My cousin Marn, she sent me an email not too long ago after watching Grandpa's interview, and she said it was just listening to his voice was like a cozy, warm blanket around her. She has wonderful memories of Grandpa, as do many of us. It's those types of things, among so many other things, are reasons why I love doing this work. It's not even work. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a way of documenting how this whole honoring legacies process and adventure goes. But it's also a way of giving sort of a visual diary of myself. In these, maybe I'll take some of the questions that I'd use in interviews with people and I'll answer them myself. Or maybe I'll have somebody like my friend Cody. He wants to interview me the same way that I interviewed him. I did the whole process. He's in his mid-20s and he enjoyed the process. He said it felt like a coming of age process to be able to just give where his life has been in the past 20-something years and his perspectives on it. So we plan on redoing that interview in another 5 to 10 years or so. And so he can give another perspective through another filter of another however many years. I've been taking notepad and writing down. There's a ton of stuff that goes through our brains every day, and some of it I want to share. Some of it probably is better just to stay up in there. So yeah, that's yeah. I have tried a lot of things, and the vast majority of them didn't work for me. They didn't work in my life. And I'm going to share some of those in this vlog process. I'm going to share things that seemed like a good idea at the time. The long list of seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah. But there's no point in living with those, thinking about them as failures or having regrets about them. I know it's an overused cliche, no regrets. Or like that wonderful tattoo of no regrets. There's a regret. You just keep what works. You keep trying. You realize that nobody is going to be perfect, even those that like to pretend to be. They're not perfect. They're only showing the parts of themselves that they feel is right for the public. And I know I said just a second ago that I am only going to give the parts that I want to share, but I do want to share some of my own stuff that's not great, because those things help other people realize that it's okay to have, again, cliche, but strengths and weaknesses. And when we have our strengths, somebody else has different strengths, and we can complement each other and we can work together and we can enjoy life in a richer way because we're partnering with people that have abilities and talents that are complementary better than us in those areas. And we can enjoy that together and see where that goes. I was really hoping to be able to mow the lawn today, but since it's raining again, tonight we have a conference going on at church where we have a gentleman coming in from South Africa, I think. And I'll be doing video of that, doing a live stream, multi-camera production of that. That ought to be fun. Hello. It's only us. So how is it up there in the Dakotas? I haven't heard this. It's not funny. I mean, it is, but it's not. What kind of brain bird was that? That bird was stupid. Yeah. See, you just said that out loud, so probably not. Yeah, sorry. It's just that's the way it works. just remembered that I have this travel log actually that my grandpa did. It's all just filled with grandpa's handwriting. He's got tons of stuff in there. It looks like it goes all the way back to 1984. Somewhere in here he has stuff about how when he first built the van. I'll have to find it, but there's an account that he wrote in 83. I want to say it was in April, where he wrote it first person from the point of view of the van. And it's all about how the van just got a new owner, and the new owner is him. And until I read that, I didn't find that and read it until after Grandpa had passed away. And I just never, I knew he was silly. That's kind of where I get it from. But, that and my father and probably his father. Yeah, I knew he was silly. I just didn't know he was that silly. And it's a lot of fun. I'll have to find it and read it. But I bet there's a lot of really cool stuff in this travel log. And I'm looking forward to going through it. I've been looking for the right time, and maybe this is it. I came across the part here in November of 1985. Was the last trip that he and Grandma took before the winter, and then that March of 1986 is when Grandma passed away. And then it goes into his first note in here is late March. Leave Minneapolis alone. Yeah. And then he goes into his whole trip of when he came down to Texas just by himself to visit all of us. I've thought often about what that time period was like for me, because I was really close to Grandma. But I guess I hadn't ever thought to this extent what it was like for Grandpa. Grandma was really young when she passed away. She was 63. And I didn't think of that as young, because at the time I was 13, 14. 13, 14 is a pretty selfish age, or self-focused age. That's the age Brian is right now. I'm really happy to see that Grandpa wrote down all of this stuff to just allow us to put together the chronology and think about what he was going through, what he was experiencing. Yeah. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.